Ever since Fortnite blew up in 2017, developer Epic Games has stated that they've banned thousands of players in an attempt to address cheaters, something the company claims is one of its higher priorities. While most of these cases consist of cheaters and hackers getting caught, a few noteworthy situations have been making the rounds on the news for how absurd those stories are. So today we're counting down the top 10 teens who got banned from Fortnite, or rather young players, because we'll be looking at Epic Games lawsuits in general for some of these numbers, for the sake of keeping you updated, and also not spending an entire video shouting out the names of minors. Kind of a bad thing. We'll also be looking at all sorts of bans, most importantly the ones from Epic Games, but also bans that are more local, in the forms of schools, parents, and even significant others, oddly enough. With all that in mind, let's get to it. At number 10, St. Bernadettes students. St. Bernadette's Catholic nursery and primary school is located in Harrow, northwest London, and it has a bone to pick with Fortnite. The school's administrators recently sent out a text to families that read, I quote, "The game Fortnite is causing big problems for us in school. It is unsuitable for primary pupils and needs to be banned at home." While the school is eager to ban it, some of the parents don't see it as being an issue, with one parent even telling the son that they oversee their child and he plays with his school friends, fully supervised. To be fair, the age rating on Fortnite is 13+, but despite this, many kids in elementary school across the globe play Fortnite, which has a lot of school staff and parents concerned. And at number 9, more students. From one school to another, it was reported that in Missouri, a science teacher and a coach have started confiscating smartphones from kids playing the mobile version of Fortnite, which has caused quite the stir. But they're not the only school encouraging a ban of the game altogether. The Today Show even did a segment on it this past April, which featured parents speaking out about how the game has become frustrating at home, with kids becoming disconnected from the real world, and that whole school districts have been banning the game from their Wi-Fi all across the states. Getting a little ridiculous at our number 8, pissed off girlfriends. Prepare yourselves, this one is pretty stupid. It's a call for a ban rather than one that actually happened, and the likelihood of it occurring is little to none. On the petition website change.org, there have been dozens of petitions started up by women who are furious at how Fortnite has affected their better halves. The surplus of petitions started to catch the attention of news sites in the UK, which took a deeper look into these ladies and their Fortnite vendettas. According to the petitions, these women claim that their boyfriends play the game all day and ignore them, resulting in the requesting that Epic Games takes Fortnite down altogether, cause yeah, that'll totally happen. While some of these petitions are obviously parodies, others are dead serious, but fear not, have only amassed a small percentage of signatures. Of course, counter petitions have arisen from this, including one that demands to ban girls from banning Fortnite. Jeez. Regardless, there have been news stories of young women banning their boyfriends from playing the game, but we highly doubt that any of those bans really panned out. And at number 7, Broom and Vars. Worth noting that the next few numbers that we're discussing are a little ambiguous. They're about lawsuits, and the suits themselves don't list the ages of the players. Fortnite players Brandon Broom and Charles Varspear were the first major Epic Games Fortnite Battle Royale lawsuits that hit the news, the suit that was filed in North Carolina. The two players were associated with the subscription-based cheating service AddictedCheats.net, which provides mod cheats for players to get an upper hand in the game, amongst other cheats for other games as well. Rather than just publicly target AddictedCheats.net, Epic Games started banning and suing individual players for copyright infringement, along with a laundry list of other charges too. Varspear, who declined to comment on the case when website Polygon reached out to him, was reported to have been banned 9 times prior to the lawsuit being launched. Broom also couldn't be reached, but as stated in the suit, he lives in Canada, and apparently designed software to, I quote, circumvent Epic's technological measures. These days, AddictedCheats.net have removed the Fortnite software, stating that it's closed for legal issue. If the suits are successful, the fines could rack up to $1,500,000 per incident, per case, which is absolutely insane. And at number 6, Philip Josephson and Artem Yakovenko. One of the many suits that Epic Games has filed against banned players include the ones against these two, Philip and Artem, for copyright infringement, contributory copyright infringement, trademark infringement, and 3 other charges. The suit claims that the duo created, developed, and/or wrote a software cheat for the Battle Royale mode of the game. Epic also claims that despite these two individuals not living in the USA, they consented to venue in the US by participating in the YouTube DMCA notification and counter notification process, aka the copyright claim process and counter process. Philip is from Sweden, Artem is from Russia. According to Epic, this suit, along with the multiple other suits they began to pursue at the end of 2017, is to take, I quote, every measure to ensure cheaters are removed from Fortnite Battle Royale. Now if you're curious, the whole civil suit complaint document is actually available online for public viewing, although it's pretty tedious to get through. Up next, number 5, more lawsuits. In a pretty much identical civil lawsuit, Epic Games has also filed complaints against a trio KO players: James Mendez, Konstantin Vladimirovich Rak, and Oleksiy Oleksevich Stilagio. This one, along with our previous number, were launched in October of 2017. Epic went about the same process as they did with Philip and Artem. They filed a DMCA complaint on YouTube concerning videos that these players had published that contained the cheats within them. When all of the defendants filed a counter notification, Epic Games used that counter notification as a basis for suing them in US courts. If you're wondering why all of these suits are clustered together with these individuals, it's been speculated that the timing of each suit was based on the timing of each defendant's counter notification, hence the bulking of them together. And at number 4, Turner Tifu Teni. This one is stretching it a bit in age considering Turner is now 21, but all things considered he's one of the younger professional gamer superstars out there who dealt with a bit of controversy concerning a ban. Part of FaZe Clan, Turner is a professional Fortnite player, and was recently banned from the game on May 18th of 2018. Initially his ban was for 30 days, but that was adjusted to 7 days. The ban occurred after he said a banned word while streaming Fortnite. It starts with a C and is the name of Eric Cartman's superhero persona in South Park. Yeah, the racial slur popped out of Turner's mouth when he was chasing a player wearing a dark-colored character skin. Turner apologized, saying that he didn't mean to offend anyone and was using the term as slang for raccoon, one of its other known uses, but doesn't really get used that often because it's also pretty f***ing bad. And at number 3, Parental Punishment. Wanna hear something that's straight up cruel? Well, parents are using Fortnite against their kids. We're talking using it as a means of punishment. A recent study shows that 2 out of 3 mums in the UK now use taking the game away as a means of grounding their kids. While that isn't banning in the traditional sense, if you're part of the younger demographic that plays the game, that's a pretty harsh hit. According to the study, the average family polled endures 11 arguments a month because kids want to spend more time playing Fortnite against their parents' wishes. 7% of the study, done with 858 parents of kids who play the game, say that in the past they've found themselves stuck with a massive bill due to in-game purchases. On the plus side, 46% of those parents believe the game has had a positive influence on their kid, so at least that's something. Up next, number 2, Leo. In a similar vein as our last number, a news story came out at the beginning of March about one boy named Leo, whose last name wasn't mentioned in the interview because, you know, he's a minor. His mom had banned him from playing the game and started going around claiming that Fortnite had changed his personality. According to his mom, when he was playing the game, he begun to shun family time and often finds real life boring. She sat him down and told him that she was confiscating the game because of how his mood had started to change, and how upset he would get when she wouldn't let him play Fortnite for more than 2 hours a day. This all aired on a segment called This Morning with Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, and it had pretty negative feedback on social media. People criticizing his mother for having let her 10-year-old son play the game when the rating is 13 or older. Finally, in at number 1, the 14-year-old boy. And perhaps the most famous story concerning a player being banned, a 14-year-old player from Delaware made the news when Fortnite announced a lawsuit against 2 players, one of which was him, a minor, who we'll refer to as CR in this video. Epic had not only banned CR but was suing him for cheating in the game. He had downloaded a mod cheat that gave him an upper hand in the Battle Royale mode from addictedcheats.net. Not only did Epic launch a lawsuit against the distributors of the mod software, but also decided to make an example of a few players, including CR, for copyright infringement. His mother took action by writing a letter to the court and brought up a few solid points in the rebuttal. First off, he downloaded the cheats from a public website, which he then streamed and put on YouTube. He did not help create it, as Epic alleged. Next, Fortnite requires parental consent for minors, which she never gave, and that, by releasing his name publicly, Epic had violated Delaware laws concerning the privacy of minors. In addition to that, she called Epic Games out on using her 14-year-old child as a scapegoat, and that by going after individual players, it wasn't doing anything proactive towards the company's claims that the suit had to deal with a mass profit loss. She also argued that since it's a free-to-play video game, Epic would need to prove exactly how CR's cheating caused a direct profit loss. Yeah, shots fired. As of this recording, Epic Games still plans on moving forward with the lawsuit, despite it seeming like a major waste of their time. Alright, there we have it, friends. Have these stories got you a little spooked? Have you ever been banned from the game yourself? And was it for a fair reason? Give us a shout about all of your thoughts and feels in those comments below. If you dug this video, we'd love it if you hit that like button and took the time to subscribe and hang out with us some more. We have a ton of videos in a playlist that's currently flashing on your screen right now that you'd definitely enjoy. In the meantime, thanks for watching everybody. Catch you all in the next video.